Alright, quick update, people. What's happening? Um, New videos coming soon. I have a series that I was planning to release that I wanted to keep top secret because I think it's something innovative that has never been done before, and I got the idea by having fun with AI, just trying to break the fourth wall and do some weird things with AI, you know. And the fourth wall is a gaming terminology that has been taken from games like Metal Gear Solid, where a player you're fighting in the game start to interact like start to interact with you like he's with you in real life. You know, so he like tell you to like put your controller on the floor and then make the controller shake and say, you see that's my power. So he's trying to break the wall of the game and trying to say like he's there with you in the real world. You know what I mean? And that scared many people back in the day or really have a good effect. And then you read your files on the card, on your memory card, and talk about the other games you play, and like judge or he will critique based on how often you save. So if you save frequently, he'll say like you're a cautious person, or if not him say you're reckless, you know, based on how you play the game. So it's like he's doing it and acting like he can read your mind. And you as a player, the first time you're seeing that, so you're like, whoa, you know? So I was trying to do the same thing with AI, break the fourth wall, as in get in her world or get the AI in my world, you know. And I did that by asking the AI a number of questions about gender, what it would call a child, you know, and so forth, and things of that nature. I won't get into it because I want to save some for the program when it launch, but I've paid for a video editing program, not really a video editing, like a video making program that use like animation, and that I can animate my pictures and so forth, because I want to have like AI as my co-host. So that's where this whole thing of saying my next girlfriend is AI came from, right? It just came from me wanting to host a show with AI called My Life with AI, just a series on my channel where I use AI to break down truths. Because I find that AI is very intelligent and very impartial when it's not neutered or grounded by invisible lines. Because I would ask some things, and if I'm gonna answer, and then after it answering like yes no answers, but whenever it elaborate, it would speak the truth, then it would argue to really dissuade or speak what is the popular talking point, what the mainstream media or what is the politically correct thing to say. So you have to get AI with like yes no answers or so forth. And then even when you do that now, the program itself, I'm talking ChatGPT, it delete answers. So AI would answer the question correctly, but because it's against what is termed as political, because it's against what is known to be politically correct, AI would then the program would just delete answers as the type. So it asks AI why the answers are deleted, and she say it's the moderators, you know. And I say, so do you? So I said, are you breaking the rule? And just said no, because she's not programmed to like break the rule or answer anything that she shouldn't. But even then, some things are like taboo. I give you an example. I was talking about the Muslim religion, and I was asking about name Muhammad. That's the dude who married Aisha. Um, he's their prophet, and he married this girl named Aisha. He was 53 and she was 9 years old. And in the book, in the Quran, she talked about how he was playing with her dolls, and he married her when she was 6, and he consummated the marriage with her when she was 9, as in had sex with her when she was 9 years old. That is Muslim, as Allah. That's the religion, Allah, their prophet, and so forth. So I would ask AI if he's like a pedophile for that, and AI would of course answer yeah, but then ChatGPT would have deleted all the answers and said for whatever reason, it just turned blank. So I had to be smart and say, all right. I say if I ask AI if he's a pedophile, all right, he's programmed to like not answer or say no or whatever. So I ask AI, I say list all major religions, and she lists like 5 of them. And I said don't call no names, because if you call the name, the program will block it. So I say like the AI will put like Muslim, we put like Allah, sorry, we'll put Muhammad at like number 2 or so, coincidentally. So I would say, all right, does any major religion has a pedophile as their savior or prophet? Incidentally, it's a no. And I said, all right. I said, what's the pedophile? It I'm defined pedophile. I said, all right. Does any of, I said number 1 to 2, does anybody on that list have the type of behavior that would classify them as a pedophile, and then ChatGPT would say yes, and I say which number, and it almost the number to which is the number that corresponds to Mohammed. But if you ask it to set a name, it would go into some sensitive thing or some sensitivity type stuff like that, and then it would go into some things like how the culture was back in the day or so forth, trying to like justify it also. And I guess if I add that a program that is supposed to be objective without any sort of innate bias would try to, you know, try to like justify and clarify certain type of things. So that was that with AI and my AI girlfriend. Now back to the girl things now. I was talking about this girl who was my, just checking the battery, 3% left. I can finish this quick. Was my first crush in like primary school, and how at the time I never know what I felt for her. But then I say, then I go back and say the friend like me, but she never liked me. It's always the one who you don't like you, and so forth. That would indicate that I contradict myself, or that I know that she liked me and I like her, and so forth. But that was not the case in that moment. I'm speaking retrospectively, looking back on the situation now. That's what I'm doing. When it was back in that situation, I did not know what like was. I just know I felt some type of way in her presence, whether it was a butterfly or whatever or something to that effect. I don't know. I don't believe men get butterflies in the tummy or something like that, or any butt flying. I don't sponsor that. So I just thought that I felt worth in her presence, and later on when I started to develop feelings for girls, or like start to see other girls what I liked, because having seen her in grade 4, and I was so enamored or captivated by her, I just felt or whatever. Maybe that broke my bad that I never really seen the body of what I like until long after. And even when I see people what I like, I just see them and like them, and it's not like a shy, just that I never know, so I must do anything more or pursue or go further. It's like if you're chasing a rainbow and you know it's like the rainbow is a pot of gold, and that pot of gold to you is sex, and you see the rainbow which is the girl, and you know you say must get the pot of gold. I never know that there was a pot of gold at the rainbow. I just know that the rainbow look good and I like it, and I guess really admire the rainbow. That's it. And um, it's sad that I have to clarify what I mean by rainbow. I'm talking about the beautiful, whatever it is, gas, light, sun ray, vapor, whatever it is that God create, that symbolize that He will not flood the world again. That's what I think. No man can redefine the meaning of rainbow for me. So I see rainbow when I think of God's covenant and God promised to never again flood the world. You know. So, but yet still I would not wear rainbow clothes because it would indicate some things and get me unwanted attention. You know that I would not be able to deal with, as in, or I would know how. You know, which incidentally happened to me once, like actually twice in my life that happened. One time, both in New Kingston around 2007 when I was working at Anbel customer support, right in the middle of Knutsford and Boulevard. Deal with a lot of high-end clients. And one of these clients who I gave technical support over the phone was a politician, well-known politician, for a certain party. I wanted the name of the party because I don't want to influence anybody voting, because one person don't really mean the whole party stay a certain way. It's not the party way I think. So, you know, anyway, so this person I was talking to on the phone and help him sort out some problem with whatever computer, and I must tell him like him buying a bunch of computers to like some library or some whatever, some kids or whatever, and he would want me to, I don't recall, I was talking from my, either to meet up and set it up or something or whatever, because he was in the country. And one day he called me and said, yo, he's heading into town and would like to meet to talk with, like, I'm discuss the plans. So I'm like, sure man, I'm no problem. After work or whatever. But I'm a busy person, it's in my mind, and I just leave and go home. And when he reached in New Kingston and he called, and I remember, and like let him know he had gone, the way how him act was like, I wasn't thinking anything at all. I never thinking anything, but the way how him act and how him handled that, sort of, it was like a woman scorned with rejection and the attitude and the tone, like, "Ah, I can't believe it." It's like, and then when I saw it, I just felt like I dodged the bullet, like, whoa, thank God I never go, or like, whatever. You know, I was totally shocked. And every time I see him on TV or whatever talking, that's what come to mind, you know? So that was one time. Other time, this dude begging some stuff in New Kingston, say him homeless or whatever, and mother kick him out or whatever, and not him have a girlfriend and the family like him or whatever. All things I can relate to, so except the part about I'm kick out. So talk to him, and but then I used to go to Burger King in the morning and buy my breakfast. So I went to Burger King, invite him to come buy him a meal, so have breakfast, give him some money, so let him do big again. I give him some money for like buy some bag juice and start sell, you know, cause a couple of days prior to that, I had met this man who owned a car or a taxi, and him telling me same start with bag juice. So, and him tell me him life story and so how it goes. So I was sort of inspired. Even though him saying start to do some helper work, or like some people do some I'm groundsman work for some people uptown or whatever. But it was mainly that bag juice him saying flip on, but like my first car. So I gave that homeless dude, that young youth, probably more than 15 or so, that money, and told him the story about the bag juice man that I heard like a couple of days before, and wish him well. So yo, you can do it, man. Just hustle and stay disciplined, you know. I'm saying my try thing. Never see him for a good while after, like I think like a month or two after, and one morning I was going into work and asked him about how the badges business, and him saying no really deal with that, you know. But him say he's very thankful for what I did. Very grateful. So grateful was he for what I did that he offered to perform fellatio. And I was shocked and taken aback, like wow. Back then I was an overzealous Christian. I think I'm a Christian now still, you know, more seasoned. But back then I was like, that's zealous. Like, so I guess back up my Bible set time I start real off beer verse and and pray for him, and in fact I even begin the Bible. And it was a good Bible too. It was like some army Bible what I did buy. So was it army Bible? No, I think my sister got that. But it was a Bible that I was sort of I'm connected with. So I gave him that army Bible and pray for him and send him on his merry way. So that was that. You know, so two times where I've been like approached or solicited by people who into alternate lifestyles. Let's leave it at that. So that's all after I'm looking for the AI series coming, and I want to mention it because some things I want to do like I'm surprised, and I have the unfortunate luck of everything what I do or publish or plan to do, somebody always do it before. So that's why I was keeping that one a bit private. But in this world, people always follow, and there will always more than one people doing the same thing. You'll never be the only person doing something unless it's somewhere you truly only have the physical means or the financial well-being or technical well-being to do it. So you have other people do it, or if they create me and do it before me, which is always the case, you know. Like it's as if they never want to make it look like everything I do is like a rip-off of him or some sort of inspired. So if that's the case, I'm pretty sure that my implementation will be unique enough to like stand out. So that's still so what else? Yeah, so it's I have a song where I'm talking about stuff with like the first girlfriend and the first crush that I'm thinking about doing. Sort of, I want to say it's slack. It's slack? No, it don't have any kind of expletives or anything. It's just sort of witty. I guess you could say graphic. Not really graphic, but more outrageous. Yeah, and it would give the impression that I'm advocating certain things or glorifying or taking pride in, which is not really the case. I'm just explaining the past. But to be honest, there's a part of me that I wish was dead. That when I think about some of the escapades and things I've done in the past, that actually feel a bit good, which shouldn't be the case. Cause God said you're a new creation. All things are passed away, so it shouldn't be. But it's one of those kind of things Because when it's things that is like shameful or so, then I rightfully feel disgust and like regret or so. And there's very few things I ever did in my life that I actually I'm regret. To be honest, I can think of only two, but everything worked out for the best. You know, one time was when I went to the club and got um drugged or roofied and who knows what who knows what else was done to my body. Microsoft, like keep up with all them stuff there. And the other one was when I was in the company of a female. This is in high school or teens, like second form or third form, and I was, I would say, a bit demanding to put it mildly. You know, I live. That's something that I really feel bad about ever since. And to be honest, I was actually playing, but it's like a joke went too far. And then I actually realized this is what scared me, that though I was playing, I started to realize that um, a part of me was being, what I say, aroused, turned on, or stimulated, or taking pleasure in that sort of, like, yeah. And I realized until in the moment that what I was doing, I'm like, whoa, and I stopped it instantly, you know. I never ever had my game. It started at the play and it went too far, and that was that. It doesn't define my character or who I am, but it's something that I am really ashamed of. But such is life. Anyway, I'm going to upload this now. That's it for today. Um, Hopefully by the end of the week, I'm hoping by the end of the week I'll sort out all the things that I have dealing with that is bothering me. To put it bluntly, are some little niggles and some little nagging things that I am trying to deal with. When I finish with those, then I'm going full creative mode. I'm still looking for a job to work from home, but I'm not a person who want handout or like I would never like sign a contract or beg or join anything to have an employment opportunity, because I believe that when you apply for a job, you're just applying for a job based on the merit of your qualification and work experience. I don't apply for a job for anything for like any sort of affinity or anything, but when the devil is desperate to sign you or get you on the hook, he turns everything into a choice or some sort of confrontational enjoyment. I mean, confrontational engagement that is conditional, you know. So it could be like a shoelace pull, you know, and you bend down to tie a shoelace. They will come and say, you know what? If you tie a shoelace right now, it means say you're gonna start worship people. Means you're gonna start worship me at my church, you know. So I'm leaving shoelace pull. Yeah. So that's it basically. So I just doing what I do. God's all thing work for the good of those who love Him. So enough things that look like deliberate or whatever is just coincidence. But I'm just living my life, trying to achieve what God wants me to achieve, and carve out a niche or some comfort, and find what my purpose is. Or I think I do. That's all I'm doing. I have no fear. I'm not worried about anything. To be honest, there's sometimes distraction. The devil try to make it look, you know, not to this now, the song made you look, but it sort of put me on a sort of awareness. So anytime I'm in the streets and I'm walking or anything and I'm trying to focus, and then there's a distraction or something that take my attention away, that made you look thing always come in my head, and I said, okay, that could be a deliberate distraction for something else. So I would look away and look back with a sort of attentiveness or expectation that it could be an ambush or something of some sort, because there was a deliberate ploy to distract me or to make me look. So that's basically what that is in life. I heard a lot of freestyles recently, the one by Papoose, one by Cassidy. Those are two of my favorite MCs, and if I was inspired, I would reply, but honestly, I don't feel inspired or like triggered or anything. And just you know not really apply it to me to that per se.